Good morning and welcome to Flannel Hill Farm. We will go out and check out the coops and everything afterwards, but I wanted to talk about how to keep your chickens cool. We are in a pretty bad heat wave right now. I think there's a heat advisory today. It's gonna get up into the 100 area. So we're gonna go out to the coop, but having shade in your chicken's run / coop is a big deal. 2, probably fresh cold water. So normally it would be okay to have a bunch of water and do it once a day, whereas when it's this hot, you're probably looking at going out there 2, 3, 4 times a day. Make sure that water stays cool. Another good thing is frozen treats. So the only way that a chicken can regulate its body temperature effectively is ingesting something cool or warm, or their feet standing in or being exposed to something warm or cool with their feet. So frozen treats are a great idea. Frozen fruits, frozen vegetables, so that they can gnaw, chew on frozen stuff that'll be cool as it goes through their system. Letting them stand in like a kiddie pool is a great idea too. I guess that's kind of lumped into 3. 4 would be a well-ventilated coop. Make sure there's airflow. You could put an AC unit in there, I guess. Sorry. I don't think I would. That strikes me as a fire risk, just like heating a coop is. So I wouldn't put an AC unit in there. What are we up to? 6? 5, 6? You can feed them at different times of the day. This one's a hard one. So 3 hours after a chicken eats, its metabolism heats it up. So if you change your schedule and you feed your chickens at night, while it's cool, their body will heat up. Instead of overheating them in the morning. So one of the things that Big K does a lot is he gives the chicken scratch at like 6 o'clock, like about the time the sun's starting to set. He'll give the chicken scratch. My chickens have access to food kind of 24/7, but the scratch they really like. So they'll go after that scratch, and then they go to bed, and their body stays warm as the night cools down. He does that in the winter too, so they get this extra boost before they go to bed, before it gets real cold. But yeah, keeping chickens cool is just like keeping yourself cool. You just have to do it for them. They can't go into a house with AC, so you're gonna have to try to ventilate it. Try to keep them with cool water. Try to keep cool snacks. My chickens, another easy thing to do is to get cold and heat tolerant chickens, depending on where you are. If you live up north in Maine, Minnesota, Montana, up there, getting cold tolerant chickens is a very, very good idea. Their feathers, their bodies are already designed for the cold. Our chickens that we have are both cold and heat tolerant. So, and they're very self-aware, so they know what they need and they get it. That's one of the biggest things you can do for yourself when you get chickens, is to get the right chicken. Get a chicken that's going to make your life easier, especially when you're just beginning. If you begin and you get a silkie, silkies are very delicate. They need a very specific temperature range. They need very specific care. They're very susceptible to just dying by environmental complications. They're just, but you have a silkie and a barred rock next to each other and they live together, that barred rock is going to outlive that silkie, because the barred rock is just more self-aware of what it needs and to go get it and to figure it out and to do it on its own. So that's a good, do your research when you get chickens, because it's going to make your life a lot easier if you have an easier chicken. Okay, I'm going to do this for you guys. I'm going to go show you our coop. I'm probably not going to get into the chicken pen because then they'll all come out and they won't stay where it's cool. But I will show you what we did and why we made what we made. So we have the Justin Rhodes Chickshaw for our laying hens. And that is very well ventilated. So the entire front, besides the door, is hardware cloth. 1-inch hardware cloth, I think. No, that's got to be 1/2-inch hardware cloth. So all the front of that is ventilated. And then the back is milk crate nesting boxes. So they have plenty of ventilation. They also have the shade underneath their coop. So this would be one of those things where you move it, you put them away at night, and then you move their coop so that the grass that they're going to be on tomorrow never sees the sun. So like today, last night we moved it, and so they have had, this grass has been shaded for 12 hours, 14 hours by the time, no, it would have been like 8 hours by the time they got up and out. So then tonight we'll close them up, and while it's dark out, I will move it, and they will get new shaded grass. So the grass should be cooler than the grass around it. The chicken tractor, this is a John Siskovich chicken tractor, is very well ventilated and fully shaded. So the Rhode Island Reds are in here. We got 3 little chicks of those. They're in there. And so they're completely shaded and very well ventilated. They all have water. Fresh water. I just did that about 5 minutes before I started talking to you. So they are all in good spirits. They all know what they need. They all know how to get it. Giving them a place to take a dust bath. Very good idea. Just, anything that gets them to spread their wings, which they have 3,200 square feet. So they should be fine to spread their wings, open them up, wave them around, fan off whatever heat they've absorbed. So that is how, a bunch of ways, I guess there's probably not all the ways, to keep your chickens cool on a hot day. On your way back down the hill, if you wouldn't mind liking, sharing, subscribing, hitting that little bell notification button thing down there. And please remember, we really do appreciate y'all. Stay cool.